Hello everyone, welcome to GATE Academy and Unacademy. So hope all are doing well. So myself Akash Deswal and I am discussing about the syllabus and important topics covered in machine design subject for pen drive, G drive course, BOD and tablet users. Okay, so in this pen drive, G drive and BOD tablet users aspirants, which topic is very important for machine design subjects for GATE examination as well as many PSUs examination. Okay, so lecture information is given. So lecture information, so unit 1 design of riveted, bolted and welded joints are covered. So design of riveted, bolted and welded joints, lecture 1 basic concepts of joints and riveted joints will be covered in 43 minutes 25 seconds, and types of riveted joints will be covered in 40 minutes 59 seconds. Okay, so all these important topics will be covered in optimum times. That is very useful for GATE and many more examination. Or every year's GATE examination ask one or two questions in joints, like either riveted joints or bolted joint or welded joints. So this topic is very important for GATE examination. See carefully. So don't miss this topic for GATE examination, especially GATE examination. So this topic is very important. So failure of riveted joints. So failure of riveted joints will be covered in 28 minutes 16 seconds, and strength of riveted joints will be covered in 25 minutes 32 seconds. So failure of riveted joints like tearing failure, shearing failure and crashing failure. So most of these failure are three failures, that is tearing, shearing and crashing, and one more failure, that is failure due to less margin. So all these concepts will be covered in this lecture, that is 28 minutes 60 seconds and 25 minutes 32 seconds. So first of all, what is the failure criteria of riveted joint, and after that what is the strength of riveted joint, that means design parameter of riveted joints. So all these important topics will be covered in lecture wise content. That is very useful for every aspirants. Okay, next, efficiency of riveted joint and riveting of boilers will be covered in 26 minutes 38 seconds. Similarly, riveted joints under eccentric loading. Again, this topic is also very important. Riveted joint under eccentric loading. So in GATE examination, this topic is very important. In GATE examination, riveted joint under eccentric loading problems are asked in every years in GATE examination and many more examination. So these concepts or all these concepts will be covered in 1 hour 2 minutes 52 seconds. See carefully. So don't miss this topic for GATE examination. So numerical as well as theoretical problems are asking in GATE examination. Okay, next, bolted joint, that is covered in 44 minutes 50 seconds, and again problem based on riveted and bolted joints and riveted and bolted joints part 1 and part 2 will be covered in 48 minutes and 41 minutes. Clear that point? Okay, so that is the table content of machine design, which one is very helpful for your study and analysis, which topic is very important for GATE examination. Okay, next, basic concept of welded joint. So separated these concepts two parts. First one is riveted and bolted joints concepts are covered in one parts, and another one, concepts of welded joints and problems of welded joints are covered in another parts. That is very important points. Okay, so basic concept of welded joints are covered in 47 minutes 6 seconds. Next, strength of welded joints are covered in 53 minutes 35 seconds, and problem based on joints part 1 and part 2 are covered in 37 minutes 6 seconds and 27 minutes 57 seconds. That is more than sufficient for GATE examination. So all these problems, variety of problems will be solved in these two parts. Clear that point? Okay. So in unit 1, that is riveted, bolted and welded joints, two more thing. First one is design under eccentric loading, and second one is design of welded joints. These two concepts will be very important for GATE examination. Numerical approaches, numerical point of view, these two topics are very important. So lecture wise we can study it, but if you confuse about the eccentric loading of riveted joints, second one is concepts of welded joint, that is parallel fillet weld and transverse fillet weld. So in welded joint, 2 points is very important: parallel fillet weld and transverse fillet weld. So if you are confused about the parallel fillet weld and transverse fillet weld, then you can directly go to this lecture and watch, and your concepts are clear. Clear that point? So that is the very important, or that is the very important function. That is very important function for pen drive, G drive, BOD and tablet users. Clear that point? Okay. Next, unit 2. So in unit 2, frictional clutch will be covered. So in frictional clutch, lecture 1 is basic concepts and types of clutches. So this one is covered in 43 minutes 19 seconds, and single plate clutch design part 1 and part 2 will be covered in 47 minutes and 21 minutes. Okay, fine. Next, multi-plate clutch and cone clutch will be covered in 28 minutes 53 seconds, and radial clutch, that is nothing but centrifugal clutch, will be covered in 12 minutes 18 seconds. And last one is problem based on frictional clutch. So in unit 2, frictional clutch, which topic is important for GATE examination? So important topic is single plate clutch or multi-plate clutch. Single plate clutch and multi-plate clutch. So most of this problem are single plate clutch and multi-plate clutch are asking in GATE examination. So most of the problem are showing this single plate clutch. So single plate clutch, see carefully, single plate clutch will be divided into two parts, part 1 and part 2, so that you can easily understand for what is the design parameter, what is the frictional torque in clutches. Okay. So and what is the design parameters? So in design point of view, this one is divided into two parts: UPT, uniform pressure theory, and uniform wear theory. So these two important design parameters will be covered in this lecture 2 and lecture 3, as well as lecture 4, multi-plate clutch and cone clutch will be also covered in UPT and UWT format. Clear that point? But in GATE examination, single plate clutch is very important. So single plate clutch problems are completely based on design parameter like either UPT or UWT, old clutch or new clutch. So if you are confused about the UPT and UWT for single plate clutch or multi-plate clutch, so you can directly go to unit 2 and lecture number 2 and 3 and watch this video in 47 minutes and 21 minutes. After watching this video, you can solve all these problems related to single plate clutch, UPT or UWT format. Clear that point? So this table of contact will be very helpful for GATE aspirants, so that pen drive, G drive and VOD tablet users can also clear our concepts. Clear that point? So pen drive, G drive users, very important fundamental concepts can be clear according to this table of content. Okay. So unit 3, so design of bearings. So unit 3, design of bearings will be covered. So in design of bearings, basic concept and classification of bearings, bearing classification based on direction of load, bearing classification based on frictional contact surface bearings. Next one is types of rolling contact surface bearing and designation and life reliability of rolling contact bearing, and sliding contact bearing, and problem based on design of bearing part 1 and problem based on design of bearing part 2. So all these topics like basic concept and classification, bearing classification, and many more topics will be covered in optimum time. So all this time are given in right hand side. See carefully. So all these topics are covered in optimum time so that you can clear your concepts with optimum time. Okay. So in unit 3, according to GATE examination, life of bearing like rolling contact bearing is very important. So in rolling contact bearing, life of bearing, number of revolution related to life of bearing, reliability of bearing is important. Clear that point? So life of bearing is very important. So finally we can say designation and life reliability of rolling contact bearing is very important. Second more thing is sliding contact bearing is also important, because of in case of frictional contact surface bearing is classified into two parts: sliding contact bearing and rolling contact bearing. So rolling contact bearing, that is nothing but ball bearing or roller bearing, and sliding contact bearing, that is hydrostatic bearing, sleeve bearing. So anti-friction sliding contact bearing or sleeve bearing or hydrodynamic bearing is very important for GATE examination. So sliding contact bearing is also important for GATE examination. So all these concepts: friction circle radius, eccentricity problems, Petroff's results, how to calculate frictional forces, torque, power losses during sliding contact bearing. So all these applications will be covered in 50 minute 58 second only. So 50 minute 58 second only you can clear sliding contact bearing concepts directly. If you are confused sliding contact bearing, then you can go to lecture number 6 and watch sliding contact bearings in 50 minute 58 second, and you can clear your concept very good manners. Clear that points? Okay, fine. Next, problem based on design of bearings part 1 and part 2. So in bearings, design of bearings will be covered in two parts. Problems are covered in two parts so that you can clear your fundamental approaches of numericals and what is the important formulas, which can use to GATE examination. Okay, so that you can watch this video in 44 minutes and 23 minutes so that your fundamental numerical approaches or fundamental numerical concepts will be clear, so that this one is very helpful for your GATE examination. Clear that point? As we know that GATE examination numericals is very important for every subjects, not in machine design. All these subjects numericals questions are asked in every years. Most of these questions are numerical, like NAT type, MSQ, MCQ. Okay, fine. Next, lecture number 4. So in lecture number 4, design for static and dynamic loading will be covered. So lecture 1, basic concept of stress concentration, will be covered in 31 minutes. So basic concept of stress concentration. So what is the stress concentration in machine element when notch is present for static condition, static loading condition, and what is the stress concentration factor? All these basic fundamental concepts will be covered in 31 minutes in basic concept of stress concentration. Okay. Next, lecture 2, cyclic loading or variable loading. Cyclic loading or variable loading like static loading, fluctuating loading, alternating loading, completely reverse loading. So all this loading with neat sketch, with diagram, with fundamental approaches, and we know that cyclic loading or fundamental loading like mean stress, variable stress. What is the mean stress and variable stress acting on different types of cyclic loading or variable loading conditions? What is the stress amplitude? What is the stress ratio? All these fundamental concepts will be covered in 35 minutes 59 seconds. Okay. Next, local ending phenomena, endurance limit, notch sensitivity and its factor, that is covered in 33 minute 5 second. SN curve, see carefully, most of these students are confused in this topic, SN curve, or this topic is also very important for GATE examination, or one numerical will be asked in GATE examination, 2 marks problem will be there. Clear that point? So SN curve is very important. So if you are confused in SN curve, then you can directly clear your concept in 15 minute 49 second only. How to calculate number of revolution of shaft related to life of bearing? What is the strength related to speed? Okay, so all these fundamental concepts will be covered in 15 minute 49 second. So don't miss this topic for GATE examination, that is very important for GATE and many more examination, numerical as well as theoretical part. Okay, next, Soderbergh. So this one is also important for GATE examination, numerical point of view. Soderbergh, Goodman and Gerber criteria, that is covered in 32 minute 57 second. So why Soderbergh, Goodman and Gerber criteria are studied in machine design or static or dynamic loading? Where studied in Goodman, Gerber and Soderbergh? All these phenomena, all these parameters, all these functions are covered in this lecture number 5 related to Soderbergh, Goodman and Gerber criteria. So you can clear in only 32 minute 57 minutes. Okay, so 32 minute 57 second is very important for your Goodman, Soderbergh, Gerber criteria concepts, or more than sufficient time will be covered for each and every topics. So don't worry about this. Okay, next, problem based on design for static and dynamic loading, part 1, part 2 and part 3. So 3 parts. So numericals are divided into 3 parts for this chapter, so that you can clear your concept frequently. Okay, so this one is 55 minute 41 second, 51 minute 2 second, 31 minute 54 second. Okay, fine. So next, unit 5, mechanical brakes. So mechanical brakes, so basic concept of mechanical brakes will be covered in 20 minutes 6 second. Okay, next, classification of mechanical brake will be covered in 6 minute 11 second. Okay, next, single and pivot shoe block brake, simple and differential band brake and problem based on mechanical brakes. So in unit 5 mechanical brake, which topic is important? So simple and differential band brake. Simple and differential band brake is very important for GATE examination. What is self-locking phenomena? What is self-energizing phenomena in simple or differential band brake? All these concepts will be covered in 31 minute 3 second. Clear that point? What is the tension in band brake? So all these concepts in these topics are covered in 31 minute 3 seconds only. Next, problem based on mechanical brake will be covered in 47 minute 9 second. So all these fundamental concepts, numericals, all things will be covered in these chapters. Okay, so in GATE examinations, lecture 4 is very important. Don't miss this topic. Okay, for GATE. Next, unit 6. So unit 6, lecture 1 and lecture 2. So this unit are divided into 2 parts. First one is lecture 1, concept and strength analysis of shaft, and second one is problem based on design of shaft. So small concepts, because of in GATE examination design of shafts are not in syllabus, just only fundamental concepts is covered. So design of shafts is only in ESE syllabus are covered. Okay, so in GATE examination or PSU's examination, this design of shaft syllabus is not in all. Clear that point? Okay, so concept and strength analysis of shaft is cover is 44 minute 36 second, and problems are covered in 29 minute 15 seconds only. Okay, next, design of spur gear. So as we know that all these concepts like involute gear, cycloidal gear, all these concepts will be covered in theory of machine subjects. So in machine design subjects, only design parameters of spur gears are covered, like Lewis beam analysis. Okay, so design of Lewis beam analysis, like geometric form factor, all these concepts are covered in this lecture 1, concept and analysis of forces on spur gear, that is covered in 44 minutes 57 seconds. So in GATE examination, force analysis is very important. Force analysis on spur gear and Lewis beam analysis. Okay, so design of Lewis beam analysis, and second one is force analysis, that is very important for GATE examination in spur gear. Okay, fine. Next, unit 8, theory of failure. So next one is theory of failure. So theory of failure, lecture 1, basic concept of theory of failure and maximum principal stress theory. So first of all, as we know that total theory of failure, like total 5 theories of failure are covered in strength of material or machine design. No one difference between strength of material concept and machine design concept. So total 5 theories of failure will be discussed. First one is maximum principal stress theory. Second one is maximum strain energy theory. Third one is maximum principal stress theory. So many more theories analysis are given in this table chapters. So first one is maximum principal stress theory. Second one is maximum principal strain theory. Third one is maximum shear stress theory, that is GATE theory. Okay, so Tresca or GATE theory, that is the nothing but GATE or Tresca theory. Next one is maximum strain energy theory, and last one is maximum shear strain energy theory, that is nothing but distortion or von Mises. Distortion and von Mises theory. So according to GATE point of view, 2 theories of failure is very important, maximum shear stress theory, and second one is maximum shear strain energy theory, that is distortion or von Mises theory. These 2 theories of failure is very important for GATE examination. See carefully. So maximum shear stress theory, GATE or Tresca theory, will be covered in 48 minutes 7 seconds, and maximum shear strain energy theory will be covered in 44 minutes 17 seconds. So this theory of failure is very important for GATE examination, theoretical as well as numerical point of view. Okay, so these two concepts are covered in very good manners. So you can watch these 2 theories of failure and concept you are clear. Okay. Next one is unit 9 and 10. So next unit 9 and 10, that is design of spring and power screw. So in last 2 years in GATE examination, these topics will be covered. So that this one is very important for GATE examination. So design of spring, basic concept of spring, helical compression spring, and arrangement of spring, that is series connection and parallel connection will be covered. Okay, so all these concepts will be covered in optimum time. So basic concept of spring is covered in 21 minutes 17 seconds. Helical compression spring is covered in 54 minutes 11 seconds, and last arrangement of spring is 14 minutes 37 seconds. Okay, next one is power screw. So types and terminologies of power screw is covered in 41 minutes 17 seconds. Development and efficiency of power screw will be covered in 27 minutes 27 seconds. And next one is problem based on power screw and spring. So last one is lecture 3. So in lecture 3, both problems will be combined so that you can cover all these numericals related to design of spring and power screw. So in last GATE examination, development and efficiency of power screw will be asked. One theoretical questions will be asked in GATE examination. Which one is development and efficiency of power screw? So this topics is very important, design of spring and power screw. So don't miss these topics. Okay, so hopefully you can clear all these topics, all these concepts, or important topic which one is covered in GATE examination. So every year's GATE examinations, machine design questions, 5 to 6 marks questions are asked. So don't miss these subjects. Okay. So table of content is very helpful. Or believe me, this pen drive, G drive, VOD or tablet users, this one is very helpful for GATE examination. If you are confused in any topics, then you can directly go to this lecture and clear your concept with optimum time. Clear that point? Okay. So hopefully you can enjoy all these topics related to content and related to times. Okay. Okay. So thank you so much everyone.